Good morning, children, and welcome to our classes today. We are going to learn about the non-finite verbs. Already in the previous video, I explained about the gerunds. Now, we will learn about the participles and the infinitives. So, children, what are participles? Participles are the ing forms or the V3 forms of the verbs which do not act as the verbs but act as the adjectives. Clear, children? Let's learn in detail. As I have told you, these are the non-finite verbs. The participles are the non-finite verbs which act as adjectives and they qualify a noun or pronoun. So when these participles act as a finite verb, they describe an ongoing action or state of being. So as I told you, participles can be both non-finite verbs and finite verbs. When they act as non-finite verbs, they are adjectives and they qualify a noun, and when they act as the finite verbs, they describe an ongoing action or state of being. Present participle, past participle, and perfect participle. So, the participles are of three kinds: present participle, past participle, and the perfect participle. The present participle always ends in the ing, and as I have told you, the gerunds and these present participles both end in the ing. The gerunds are the noun forms, whereas these are the verbal adjectives. Next, the past participle. The past participles end in d, ed, t, n, en, or any other V3 form of the verb, which also act as adjectives. The perfect participle. The structure of the perfect participle is having or being plus the V3 form of the verb. So, as I told you, these are the participles which act as adjectives and qualify a noun or pronoun when they are non-finite verbs, and they describe an ongoing action or state of being when they are finite verbs. Let's look at some examples. Here, the rising sun looks splendid. In this example, rising is the adjective which qualifies the noun sun, and therefore it is a participle because it acts as an adjective, and rising is the ing form of the verb rise. So, as this participle, present participle, acts as an adjective, it is a non-finite verb. Look at the second example. The sun is rising in the east. So in this example, is rising, the verb along with the helping verb is denotes an ongoing action, and therefore it is in the present continuous tense. Here rising is also a participle, but it acts as a verb, a finite verb. Therefore, the same participle can be a non-finite verb and can be a finite verb. How will you distinguish? Check whether it acts as an adjective or it denotes the present continuous tense. Now let's learn about the past participle. She did not eat the burnt bread. Burnt is the V3 form of burn. Here, it acts as an adjective because it qualifies the noun bread. What kind of bread? Burnt bread. Therefore, this acts as a past participle. That is, burnt is the past participle which acts as an adjective. Therefore, in this sentence, it is a non-finite verb. Whereas in the sentence, she has burnt the bread, has burnt. That is, burnt comes with the verb, helping verb has. So, has burnt indicates or denotes a completed action, and in this sentence, it acts as a verb denoting a completed action. Therefore, in the sentence, she has burnt the bread, burnt is a finite verb. So the same verb or the same past participle acts both as a non-finite verb and a finite verb, depending on whether it is an adjective or it denotes a action or it is a verb. Next, the perfect participle. Having heard the news, they jumped with excitement. So, in this sentence, they jumped with excitement is the main clause, and having heard the news is the phrase. And having heard this, having heard is the perfect participle. As we have learnt about the participles, now time to talk about the infinitives. An infinitive is a non-finite verb followed by placing to, the preposition to, before the base verb. That is, to plus base verb is an infinitive. Base verb we also call as the root form of the verb or the VII form of the verb. There are two types of infinitives. One, two infinitives, the other, the bare infinitives. Let's first understand the two infinitives. So, two infinitive means two plus the base form of the verb. It names an action and is mostly used as a complement of a verb. For example, Ravi loves to sing. Ravi loves what? To sing. Therefore, it's a complement of the verb loves. Infinitives usually appear after the main verb in the sentence. In this sentence, they waited to meet the director of the play. Waited is the main verb and to meet, which is the to infinitive, comes after the main verb waited. Infinitives are used after certain verbs like forget, learn, hope, need, want, agree, encourage, refuse, and so on. Example, Michael refuses to leave. So, the to infinitive comes after refuses. Infinitives also appear after the adjectives like happy, pleased, surprised, sad, etc. Till now we have learnt that these two infinitives come after the main verbs and some other kinds of verbs like forget, learn, hope, and so on. Now we also understand that infinitives come after the adjectives like happy, sad, pleased, surprised, and so on. Example, I was sad to hear the news. So in this sentence, sad is the adjective and the to infinitive to hear comes after the adjective sad. Infinitives appear after to plus adjective in a sentence. For example, it is too hot to go outside. So here to and the adjective, that is hot is the adjective here. So the infinitive to go comes after to hot. They also appear after adjective plus enough in a sentence. For example, Ravi is old enough to make his own decision. In this sentence, old is the adjective and enough. So, the to infinitive to make comes after old enough. That is adjective plus enough. Infinitives also can appear at the start of the sentence where they act as a subject, as we have learnt about the gerunds. Similarly, we are going to learn about the infinitives, that in which places in a sentence can they appear. So, to get pass marks is easy. What is easy? To get pass marks is easy. Here, to get acts as a subject. An infinitive can also be used to join sentences. For example, every team has a captain. He leads the players. So every team has a captain to lead the players. So both these sentences are joined together using the infinitive to lead. An infinitive can also be used to substitute for so that. She went to the shop so that she could help them. In this, so that can be replaced by the to infinitive to help. See how it happens. She went to the shop to help them. So we have replaced so that with to help without changing the meaning of the sentence. So as we have learnt, let's summarize in a tabular form. What are the uses of these two infinitives? It is used as a subject of a verb. For example, to work is very difficult for Rama. What is difficult? To work is very difficult. An object of a transitive verb. Raina likes to eat. Raina likes what? To eat. So here to eat is the object of the transitive verb likes. An object of a preposition. We are about to leave. So here to leave is the object of the preposition about. A complement of a verb. My only wish is to succeed. My only wish is what? To succeed. So it's the complement of the verb is. Objective complement. You need to go. So go is the objective complement of the preposition to. Now let's understand about the bare infinitives. Okay, so bare infinitives means bare means nothing. This tells us that there is no preposition in front of the base form of the verb. That means the base form of the verb does not have the preposition to. So infinitives used without to preposition are called as the bare infinitives. Therefore, they are the base form of the verbs. For example, I can make these paintings. So here it is said that I can make these paintings. Okay, so we would now see that how do we use these bare infinitives after objects following verbs such as feel, see, watch, hear, etc. For example, mother heard the baby cry. Okay, so whenever we use the verbs like feel, see, watch, hear, then we use the bare infinitive. That is, in this sentence, cry is the bare infinitive which comes after the main verb heard. After modals and other auxiliary verbs. For example, verbs like can, could, must. So these are all the auxiliary verbs or what you call as the modals. Example, who can make the baby laugh? So make is the bare infinitive which comes after the modal can. We also use the bare infinitives with needn't or dare not. For example, we need not move to another room. Here, whenever we use needn't or need not or dare not, then the verb which comes after this modal is a bare infinitive. For example, in this sentence, move is the bare infinitive. We use to infinitive with need and dare. But we use the to infinitive, not the bare infinitive, with need and dare. What are the rules of, some more rules of bare infinitives? We use bare infinitives after objects following verbs such as let, help, bid, make, overheard, etc. Example, we let him visit his friends. So whenever we use the main verbs like let or help or bid or make or overheard, then the verb which follows after these main verbs is a bare infinitive. In this sentence, the bare infinitive is visit. with expressions like had better, would rather, sooner than, rather than. So when we use these kind of expressions in the sentence, the verb which comes after this is a bare infinitive. For example, he would rather lose than cheat. In this sentence, the verbs lose and cheat, which are the bare infinitives because they come after the expression would rather. So children, I hope you all have understood the different non-finite verbs. In the first video, I have explained about the gerunds. In this video, I have explained you about the participles and the infinitives. Yes, now the time for you all to complete the exercises in your book based on what you have understood through these two videos. Thank you children and have a good time.